closed the game with Kevin Love. Having him down there in the post with the size advantage, is a mismatch for him. He can get his shot off. I thought he did a good job. We played through him and he carried us to the dub.
What do you think was the trigger for him to get going?
I thought he was aggressive. There were, again, matchups where I feel are his favor. If you want to put a smaller guy on him, he's going to get his shot, and it's just a matter of he's making and missing. And we know what he's capable of down there. And he showed it again tonight.
Kelsey Roos, The Athletic. JB, what was your thinking behind starting Jetty? What did you see from him? Because he had a career high 12 assists tonight to be able to just find guys.
Well, that's what we were looking for. We were looking for, his ability to facilitate. And, obviously, we're still managing, minutes and things like that. So I wanted to make sure that we had enough minutes spread throughout the game. I know that Jetty's a guy who can play long stints and play big minutes for us. So I just needed to make sure that we managed the minutes throughout the rest of the game.
What was the message at halftime? Because the first half wasn't very pretty. And I guess kind of changing the mindset coming into the second half.
We were okay with it, to be honest with you. The message was, we're built to win ugly because we can bank on our defense getting the stops that we need to get. So it doesn't have to be pretty for us. But what we can do, and, we got to continue to improve is, especially without Darius, is, transitioning from defense to offense more quickly to see if we can get some more fast break points and some easier opportunities.
And then what did you see from Isaac, especially some of the things he don't show up in the stat sheet, but just especially on the defensive end, what did you see that really stood out to you tonight in the way that he affected the game?
I thought he was relentless on that end of the floor, getting through screens, keeping guys in front of him. But I think what also, nod needs to go to him. He had 2 big threes for us, and that's something he's been working on and have the confidence to take him, when the game's on the line and the balance. And have the confidence to knock him down. So I think that's, also an area we need to highlight for him too.
Thank you.
Ashley Bass.cleveland.com. JB, I want to ask you about the rebounding a little bit. I'll start with a positive. Lamar on that last possession for them, how he just digs in on a 7-footer and gets that defensive board. I mean, I know he's built up this reputation as a tough-nosed player, but what a play like that says about him.
He knew the game was on the line, and it's winning time. And, we talked to the group, they're a really good offensive rebounding team. But we could not afford to give them an extra opportunity in that moment. And so it was up to everybody to go figure out a way how we come up with it. And, again, Lamar is not afraid to stick his nose in there. So he went up and came down with it and helped us seal the win.
And then just the rebounding disparity tonight, 51 to 37. And I guess just like what you thought ultimately the difference was on the glass.
They are a big and physical team. And I think sometimes, our perimeters have to do a much better job of helping our big guys out. Those big guys are down there wrestling. They're coming over to protect, on penetration. And, that leaves their man vulnerable. So we got to do a better job collectively of securing the ball, being, and sometimes it's just getting it at its peak and not always trying to wrestle with guys. But, we got to continue with our group, our smalls, helping on the defensive glass more.
Darius has brought that up a few times in the last couple of weeks. I guess, how do you guys work on something like that throughout the course of a week?
We just got to go. At that point in time, it's, similar to what Lamar did at the end of the game. You just got to go and get it, because what's going on in the scrap and in the trenches that, you've got an advantage to just run and fly where those other guys are down there wrestling.
Marla right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. You said you were built to win ugly, but does a ugly win on the top of a ugly loss mean more?
Yeah, again, when you're coming off a back-to-back in this league is difficult. Coming off a loss, in that first game and then losing Darius, obviously, is difficult. And then even in this moment, playing the way that we played, as ugly as it was, as frustrating as it was, it would have been easy to lay down on this one. But, again, a credit to our guys. They weren't going to let that happen. And we knew when we saw the lineup that they were going to start, that this game was going to come down to a scrap. And I thought our guys did a great job holding up.
And is Evan I know Serena was asking about the rookie wall like a few days ago, but is Evan hitting it now? It looks like he's kind of starting to.
I mean, it's a lot. Last night he had 18 points and 9 rebounds. So I don't think he's, hitting the wall. I just think it's a lot on him in that back-to-back. And, they're big and physical. But I think Evan's fine.